Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll continue our discussion on Gajendra Moksha Leela. We completed Gajendra Stuti, and yesterday the Lord Hari appeared, and we discussed how Lord Hari protected Gajendra by killing crocodile with his Sudarshan Chakra. And today we will begin discussing chapter 4 of 8th Canto, in which we will discuss how Gajendra and crocodile, what happened to them, where did they go, what was their destination. We will discuss that today. But before that, I want to start off with a beautiful shloka. This has nothing to do with Gajendra Stuti or Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, but it is a subhashitam. Shatam vihaya bhoktavyam sahasram snanamacharet laksham vihaya datavyam kotim tyaktva harim bhajet. Shatam vihaya bhoktavyam. One should set aside 100 tasks and focus on eating. That means if it is a time for breakfast, morning 9 o'clock, if it's time for breakfast, one should, even if there are 1,000 other tasks, 100 other tasks, they should keep everything aside and just focus on eating. So this shows the timely principle of eating food on time. Eating food in a timely fashion, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or if you are eating 2 times, or if you are eating only 1 time, whatever is the time and whatever is the number of times you eat. Shata vihaya bhoktavya. Vihaya means by giving up. There is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Vihaya kaman yas sarvan pumams charati nishpruhaha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukka sukham kshami. Vihaya kaman. Kaman means desires. By giving up material desires. Okay. So coming back to this shloka, this subhashitam. Shatam vihaya bhoktavyam. By giving up 100 tasks. Shatam means 100. Vihaya means giving up. Bhoktavyam, the process of eating. Next line in the shloka. Sahasram snanamacharet. That means we have to read it like Sahasram vihaya snanamacharet. Sahasram means 1,000. Vihaya means give up. Snanamacharet. One should do the same thing in a timely fashion for bathing, setting aside even if there are 1,000 tasks. Okay, timely bathing in a timely fashion. Third one is laksham vihaya datavyam. Datavyam means the process of donating, charity. For donating or serving others, one should leave 100,000 tasks. Laksha, 1 lakh, 100,000. Laksham vihaya datavyam. Now this is an important thing that we should all focus on. All the time we make plans to do some charity, to give some money to some charitable organizations. But what happens is we are so caught up in the material world, we are so caught up with our busy schedule, our office work, household work, taking care of children, driving children to all different classes, going to parties, going to temples, going to so many things, and we don't find time. We have good intention to do some charity, but we have to prioritize that. We have to take out time and do it. Just check for yourself. Other than temple, because temple we are all going regularly. Other than temple, when was the last time we have, we have donated some money to some non-profitable charitable organization? Okay, Laksham Vihaya Datavyam. So we have to prioritize this. Now here comes the final thing. Kotim Tyaktva Harim Bhajet. To worship God Hari, one should even leave 10 million, a crore distractions. Here the word distraction means different tasks, different works. We are busy with so many things. But what does this Subhashitam say? Kotim Tyaktva Harim Bhajet. When it comes to the worship of Hari, we have to give up any other excuse. We have to give up excuses like 1 crore, 10 million excuses. Not just one or two, but we have to give up excuses. Even if there are excuses, we have to ignore them. We should not have excuses actually. In other words, we should not have any excuses when it comes to the worship of Hari. So, Kotim Tyaktva Harim Bhajet. Shatam Vihaya Bhoktavyam Sahasram Snanamacharet. Laksham Vihaya Datavyam Kotim Tyaktva Harim Bhajet. It's very interesting, no? In our Gajendra Moksha Leela, the Lord appeared in the avatara with a name Hari. Hari Avataram. And the shloka also has the name Hari. Generally, I quote this shloka on the very first day when I'm starting a new batch. Whether it is a Bhagavad Gita introduction class or, any new class, when there are new audience. So I tell them what is the importance of, taking out some time to attend these classes. What is the importance of worshipping the Lord. So, but why did I tell now?
Yesterday we behaved the opposite way.
Yes, you are the intelligent person. You got it correct. Yeah. And by the way, look at this. What is this?
This is Supari, Prabhu.
Beetle nut or supari?
This is not betel nut, but this is somp. Wow, what does it say?
Wait, Hari. Yesterday, Prabhuji, I bought a peanut packet. It was having elephant. So, Hathi brand. Exactly. It says Hathi brand.
Hathi brand. So this is my most favorite som packet. Whenever I go to India, I get som packets enough for the next 1 year until I go to India next time. So this is Hari. Every day I'm remembering Hari. And then in our Gajendra Moksha Leela, the Lord appeared in Hari Avatara. So the Hari is not leaving us and Hathi is also not leaving us. Hari and Hathi, huh? Very nice name. Hari Hathi, ha ha. And our crocodile's name is Hoo Hoo. Very good. Okay. So just like in the, no, I told that shloka now to tell the importance of participating in all the Navavida Bhakti. not just Shravanam. Shravanam, you all have perfected actually. Every day taking out 1.5 hour time with so much of busy schedule, it's not so easy. So not many groups are doing like this. There are so many study groups within ISKCON, outside ISKCON, in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. There are so many study groups. But most of the classes, they happen, either over the weekend or a couple of times a week like that. But Monday to Friday, taking out 1.5 hour out of your busy schedule, that's not something very easy. We all have families, children, working, so many things, right? Um, but it's also good practice to do practicals. What we are learning here is theory, but it's also a good practice to understand practical and to do practicals also. Let's say in college, you study theory very well. You also attend laboratory classes, every month. But in the final exam, you attend only theory exam, but you don't appear for the practical exam. You will be failed. And here is the beauty of practical exams. We all have experience from our college days, right? Practical exam, what do you have to do? You just have to show up there. And there will be the lecturer will be there, whether it is physics or chemistry, the lecturer will be there. He will show you everything. You don't have to work any hard. You don't even know how to do it actually. Even if you just show up, they will pass you. But theory exam is not like that. Theory exam, you have to understand, you have to prepare, you have to pass, you have to write properly, you have to pass. But practical exam is not like that. You just have to show up. And he will only, the lecturer only will mix different solutions, and then he will bring up the desired outcome. So like that, it is also good to give your attendance in the temple. When we go to what is the purpose of going to the temple? The purpose of going to the temple is not to see the Lord. We are not seeing the Lord. The Lord is seeing us. That is the purpose. The Lord wants to see us. Even if we go, we think we have to we have to take darshan of the Lord. No, we cannot. We are not taking darshan of the Lord. Lord is taking our darshan actually. And he feels more happy than the happiness that we get. When he sees Sri Vidya in the temple, he will think, oh, my daughter Sri Vidya, she has come. I'm so happy today.
Yeah, Prabhuji, yesterday I just went 5 minutes late, Prabhuji. The time I was thinking after 8:30 also it will be open, but
Yeah.
but the Guru is there, Prabhuji. Guru showed us the pictures already. We saw through Guru.
Yeah, Ramesh, there's a message, right? Ramesh Garu. Ambarisha Maharaj, one who followed Navavida Bhakti. Yeah. All the pure devotees, they all follow all different limbs of Navavida Bhakti, all 9 processes of Navavida Bhakti. But Ambarish Maharaj is the one who perfected in controlling all of his senses. In fact, he perfected in all the Navavida Bhaktis. Generally, you will see Prahlada perfected in Smaranam. Parishit Maharaj example is given who has perfected in Shravanam. Hanuman example is given to say that Hanuman has perfected in Dasyam. Arjuna has perfected in Sakyam. Shuka Mahamuni has perfected in Kirtanam. Lakshmi Devi has perfected in Pada Sevanam. Like that, and Archanam. Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj has perfected in Archanam. So like that, Ambarish Maharaj is one example who has perfected in all 9 limbs of Navavidha Bhakti, including Archanam. Archanam means deity worship, going to the temple and seeing the deity, worshipping the deity, all those things. Okay, so with that, we'll start today's discussion. Because we should not hesitate to go to the temple even once in a while, if not daily, but once in a while. We should not make any delay. We should not hesitate. We should not postpone. When Gajendra called out, has Lord Hari, has he delayed? Has he postponed? No. In fact, he rushed without even telling to Lakshmi, without telling where he was going, without taking help from Devaganas.
సిరికింజప్పడు శంఖ చక్రయుగముంచేదోయి సాధింపడు ఏ పరివారమును చీరడు అభ్రకపతిని వందింపడు ఆ కర్ణికంతర ధ్వన్మిల్లము సక్కనొక్కడు వివాద ప్రోత్థిత శ్రీకుచో హరిచేలాంచనమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణావనోత్సాహియే సిరికింజప్పడు శంఖ చక్రయుగముంచేదో సిరికింజప్పడు శంఖ చక్రయుగముంచేదోయి సాధింపడు ఏ పరివారమును చీరడు అభ్రకపతిని వందింపడు ఆ కర్ణికంతర ధ్వన్మిల్లము సక్కనొక్కడు వివాద ప్రోత్థిత శ్రీకుచో హరిచేలాంచనమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణావనోత్సాహియే
Isn't that beautiful?
Continue third time also. It is auspicious.
Third time also? Okay, let's do it. I like it when people want to, listen more and more. And for those, these lyrics are in Telugu, but those who don't understand Telugu, there are subtitles in the English also. Share the screen.
శంఖ చక్రయుగముంచేదోయి సాధింపడు ఏ పరివారమును చీరడు అభ్రకపతిని వందింపడు ఆ కర్ణికంతర ధ్వన్మిల్లము సక్కనొక్కడు వివాద ప్రోత్థిత శ్రీకుచో హరిచేలాంచనమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణావనోత్సాహియే సిరికింజప్పడు.
Yeah. This is something that can be played repeatedly in a loop. Okay. So with that, let's begin our discussion for today. So today we'll read the translation from chapter 4 But before that, we'll read the translation of the last 4 shlokas from chapter 3 also. Okay. Ramesh Garu, can you read this?
Hare Krishna, translation. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continued, when the king of the elephant was describing the supreme authority, without mentioning any particular person, he did not invoke the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, and Chandra. Thus, none of them approached him. However, because Lord Hari is the super soul, Purushottama, the personality of Godhead, he appeared before Gajendra. After understanding the awakened, awkward condition of Gajendra, who had offered his prayers, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, who lives everywhere, appeared with the demigods, who were offering prayers to him, carrying his disc and other weapons. He appeared there on the back of his carrier, Garuda, with great speed, according to his desire. Thus, he appeared before Gajendra. Gajendra had been forcefully captured by the crocodile in the water and was feeling acute pain. But when he saw that Narayana, wielding his disc, was coming in the sky on the back of Garuda, he immediately took a lotus flower in his trunk, and with great difficulty, due to his painful condition, he uttered the following words: "O my Lord, Narayana, Master of the universe, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you." Thereafter, seeing Gajendra in such an aggrieved position, the unborn Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari immediately got down from the back of Garuda by his causeless mercy and pulled the king of the elephants along with the crocodile out of the water. Then, in the presence of all the demigods who were looking on, the Lord served the crocodile's mouth from its body with his disc. In this way, he saved Gajendra, the king of the elephants.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll see what happened to Gajendra and the crocodile. That is chapter 4. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, chapter 4. Gajendra returns to the spiritual world. So, Visalya, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
There are 26 shlokas in this. So we'll read the translations only.
Okay. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, when the Lord delivered Gajendra, king of the elephants, all the demigods, sages, and Gandharvas, headed by Brahma and Shiva, praised this activity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and showered flowers upon both the Lord and Gajendra. There was a beating of kettle drums in the heavenly planets. The inhabitants of Gandharvaloka began to dance and sing, while great sages and the inhabitants of Charanloka and Siddhaloka offered prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Purushottama. The best of the Gandharvas, King Huhu, having been cursed by Devala Muni, had become a crocodile. Now, having been delivered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he assumed a very beautiful form as Gandharva. Understanding by whose mercy this has happened, he immediately offered his respectful obeisances with his head and began chanting prayers, just suitable for the transcendental Lord, the Supreme Eternal, who is worshipped by the choicest verses.
Yeah. So here, if you notice, right? So yeah. So first, Shuka Mahamuni is talking about the liberation of the crocodile. So what was the destination of crocodile? Where did he go? He returned to
Gandharva.
Gandharvaloka. That is a heavenly planet. Did you read this fifth translation, or did you read only four?
Four, Prabhuji.
Only four, right? Okay. Yeah. Read five also, and then we'll discuss.
Having been favored by the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and having regained his original form, King Huhu circumambulated the Lord and offered his obeisances. Then, in the presence of all the demigods headed by Brahma, he returned to Gandharvaloka. He had been freed of all sinful reactions.
Yeah. So, crocodile, who was Huhu as a Gandharva, and his name was Huhu. So, his destination was Svargaloka, Gandharvaloka, which is in the heavenly planets, which is still part of the material world only. He did not get liberated, he did not go to the spiritual world. So, Shuka Mahamuni is first talking about crocodile, what was the destination of crocodile, and then he will describe what was the destination of Gajendra. And we will discuss, after we read the translations, we will discuss why crocodile went to Svargaloka and not Vaikunta. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Because Gajendra, king of the elephants, had been touched directly by the hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was immediately freed of all material ignorance and bondage. Thus, he received the salvation of Sarupya Mukti, in which he achieved the same bodily features as the Lord, being dressed in yellow garments and possessing 4 hands.
So, this is the destination of Gajendra. So, he attained Vaikunta, and he attained a type of liberation called Sarupya Mukti. There are 5 types of liberation. One of them is Sarupya Mukti. So we will discuss what are the different types of liberation and what is this Sarupya Mukti. We'll discuss all those things. So Gajendra attained salvation of Sarupya Mukti, and he attained similar form as Sri Hari, wearing yellow garments, possessing 4 hands. Yeah, go ahead.
This Gajendra had formerly been a Vaishnava and the king of the country known as Pandya, which is in the province of Dravida. In his previous life, he was known as Indradumna Maharaj.
Prabhuji, Pandya kingdom, sorry for interruption. Pandya kingdom is Madurai, Prabhuji, my area.
Oh, it's Madurai. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you have some connection with the place where Kulshekara Alvar, we discussed something, right, during Mukundamala Stotra time.
The name Sri Vidyaraj, Mannargudi, that temple.
Mannargudi,
The
correct.
deity name is Sri Vidyaraj Jagopalan. Same.
Yeah. Yes.
Indradumna Maharaj retired from family life and went to the Malaya hills, where he had a small cottage for his ashrama. He wore matted locks on his head and always engaged in austerities. Once, while observing a vow of silence, he was fully engaged in the worship of the Lord and absorbed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead.
Yeah. So now in these shlokas, Shuka Mahamuni is describing the past life of Gajendra and crocodile.
While Indradumna Maharaj was engaged in ecstatic meditation, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the great sage Agastya Muni arrived there, surrounded by his disciples. When the Muni saw that Maharaja Indradumna, who was sitting in a secluded place, remained silent and did not follow the etiquette of offering him a reception, he was very angry. Agastya Muni then spoke this curse against the king. The king Indradumna is not at all gentle. Being low and uneducated, he has insulted a Brahmana. May he therefore enter the region of darkness and receive the dumb body of an elephant. Shukadev Goswami continued, My dear king, after Agastya Muni had thus cursed King Indradyumna, the Muni left that place along with his disciples. Since the king was a devotee, he accepted Agastya Muni's curse as welcome because it was the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, although in his next life he got the body of an elephant, because of devotional service, he remembered how to worship and offer prayers to the Lord. Upon delivering the king of the elephants from the clutches of the crocodile and from material existence, which resembles a crocodile, the Lord awarded him the status of Sarupya Mukti. In the presence of the Gandharvas, the Siddhas, and the other demigods, who were praising the Lord for his wonderful transcendental activities, the Lord, sitting on the back of his carrier Garuda, returned to his all wonderful abode and took Gajendra with him.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Yeah.
The Lord Hari sat on Garuda, and along with Lord Hari, he took Gajendra also
Gajendra with him.
on the same Garuda. Just imagine, you are sitting on the back of a two-wheeler, bike, and somebody else is driving. The Lord was sitting, and then behind Lord, you are sitting. How beautiful that is!
Yeah.
Very
Right,
nice.
right to Vaikuntha.
Right to
Along-
Vaikuntha. Lord is personally coming and taking. How beautiful.
My dear King Parikshit, I have now described the wonderful power of Krishna as displayed when the Lord delivered the king of the elephants. O best of the Kuru dynasty, those who hear this narration become fit to be promoted to the higher planetary systems. Simply because of hearing this narration, they gain a reputation as devotees. They are unaffected by the contamination of Kali Yuga and they never see bad dreams. Therefore, after getting up from bed in the morning, those who desire their own welfare, especially the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and in particular the Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, should chant this narration as it is, without deviation, to counteract the troubles of bad dreams.
So this is the Falashruti, in shloka number 14 and 15. This is Falashruti.
Mm.
What is the result of reciting or hearing Gajendra Stuti?
O best of the Kuru dynasty, the supreme personality of Godhead, the super soul of everyone, being thus pleased, addressed Gajendra in the presence of everyone there. He spoke the following blessings.
Yeah. So here, our hero, Lord Hari, starts speaking now.
The
We
supreme
should
person.
see, one second, we should see this word, right? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. So Bhagavan starts speaking. Emam tvam saraschedam giri kandara kananam vetraki chaka venunam gulmani surapadapan shringani mani drishyani brahmano me shivasya cha kshirodam me priyam dhama shvetadvipam cha baswaram श्रीवत्सं कौस्तुभं मालं गधां कौमोदिकीं मम सुदर्शनं पाञ्चजन्यं सुपर्णं पतगेश्वरं शेषं च मत्कालं सूक्ष्मं श्रियं देवीं मदाश्रयां ब्रह्माणां नारदां ऋषिं भवं प्रहार्दमेव च मत्स्यकूर्मवराहयादिर् अवतारैकृतानि मे कर्माण्यनन्तपुण्यानि सूर्यं सोमं हुतासनं प्रणवं सत्यम् अव्यक्तं गोविप्रान्धरम् अव्ययं दाक्षायानिर्धर्मपत्नी सोमकश्यपयोरपि गङ्गां सरस्वतीं नन्दां कालिन्दीं सितवारणं ध्रुवं ब्रह्म ऋषीन् सप्त पुण्यश्लोकंश्च मानवान् उत्थायापररात्रन्ते pratah susamahitaha smaranti mama rupani muchyante te aso hasokilat. Yeah, very beautiful. Yeah, go ahead.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, freed from all sinful reactions are those who rise from bed at the end of night, early in the morning, and fully concentrate their minds with great attention upon my form, your form, this lake, this mountain, the caves, the gardens, the cane plants, the bamboo plants, the celestial trees, the residential quarters of me, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, the three peaks of Trikuta mountain made of gold, silver, and iron, my very pleasing abode, the white island Svetadvipa, which is always brilliant with spiritual rays, my mark of Srivatsa, the Kaustubha gem, my Vaijayanti garland, my club, Kaumodaki, my Sudarshan disc, and Panchajanya conch shell. My bearer Garuda, the king of the birds, my bed Seshanaga, my expansion of energy, the goddess of fortune, Lord Brahma, Narada Muni, Lord Shiva, Prahlada, my incarnations like Matsya, Kurma, and Varaha, my unlimited all auspicious activities, which yield pity to he who hears them. The sun, the moon, fire, the mantra Omkara, the absolute truth, the total material energy, the cows and Brahmanas, devotional service, the wives of Soma and Kashyapa, who are all daughters of King Daksha, the river Ganges, Saraswati, Nanda, and Yamuna, the elephant Airavata, Dhruv Maharaja, the seven rishis, and the pious human beings.
Yeah. Yeah. Read this.
My dear devotee, unto those who rise from bed at the end of night and offer me the prayers offered by you, I give an eternal residence in the spiritual world at the end of their lives.
The last one.
Sri Shukadev Goswami continued, after giving this instruction, the Lord, who is known as Rishikesha, bugled with his Panchajanya council, in this way pleasing all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma. Then he mounted the back of his carrier Garuda.
Garuda. Yeah. Very beautiful. Does anyone know how to blow the conch shell? Shank? Ramesh Garu, Sudha, or Gauranga Karunanidhi? మీకేమైనా వచ్చా కాన్ షెల్ బ్లో చేయడం వచ్చా?
Try, but
నాకు రాదు ప్రభు, మా
but
మాతాజీకి వస్తుంది ప్రభు.
but I have the conch, but I don't know how to blow. I'm trying.
గౌరంగ కరుణాది ప్రభు ఏమన్నారు? మీ వైఫ్కి వచ్చానారా?
ఎస్ ప్రభు, మా మేడం గారు మస్తు బాగా ప్లే చేస్తారు. నాకు రాదు ప్రభు.
ఉందా? ఇప్పుడుందా? బ్లో చేస్తుందా?
తను ఇప్పుడు నేను టెంపుల్ కి వచ్చిన సార్, ఇక్కడ బుక్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ కి వచ్చా ప్రభు.
ఓకే ఓకే. యా, రేపు కూడా చదువుతాం కదా ఇది. సో రేపు మీరు ఇంట్లో ఉండడానికి ప్లాన్ చేయండి, కాన్ షెల్ బ్లో చేయండి. నాకు కూడా రాదు, నేను కూడా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి ఇంకదే. ఓకే, సో ఇట్ వాస్ అ బ్యూటిఫుల్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ వాట్ వీ రెడ్. What we just read or what we just heard is very, very special. Every word should be heard and meditated upon very carefully. There cannot be anything more sweeter than this. Bhagavatam itself is very sweet, and especially when the Lord, in the entire Bhagavatam, the Lord speaking, is less in proportion compared to what other devotees or other sages speaking. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord spoke majority, 574 shlokas. Out of 700, the Lord spoke 574 shlokas. Whereas in Bhagavatam, out of 18,000 shlokas, Lord has spoken maybe 10% of them. And it is so beautiful, so special. What Lord is telling, it's pure bhakti related. In Bhagavad Gita, there is so much philosophy, but in Bhagavatam, whatever the Lord speaks, it's heart melting. Very, very beautiful. So we should read this description, at our own pace also at home, other than what we are reading and hearing in this call. You should simply just read translations. How much time did it took now? Like 10 minutes, 10 or maximum 15 minutes. So like that you can read by yourself. So now let's try to understand a few points. So for the next few days, we will read all these translations every day, and then we'll have some discussion. Not one after the other in a sequential order, but as a summary. Overall, we are going to discuss a few points, what we can learn. Because actually, if you read purports of these shlokas from this chapter, 4th chapter, the purports have great practical lessons. What we can learn from this entire Gajendra Moksha Leela. What we can learn from Gajendra in the current life as an elephant, and what we can learn from his past life as Indradyumna Maharaj. What we can learn from Agastya, who cursed Indradyumna Maharaj. What we can learn from crocodile in this life, and what we can learn from Huhu, the Gandharva in the past life. What we can learn from the Lord himself. What inspiration we get from the Lord. There are so many practical lessons in this chapter. 3rd chapter is just Stuti, and Gajendra spoke so many philosophical points. But here in this 4th chapter, practical life lessons. How it can benefit us in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day sadhana. So 2 things we will try to understand. First one is, why did crocodile went to Swargaloka and not spiritual world? And Shuga Mahamuni first talks about the crocodile's destination, and then Gajendra's destination. Because crocodile was holding on to the leg of Gajendra, who is a pure devotee. So for the crocodile, Gajendra is the guru. For the crocodile, Gajendra is the guru. And for Gajendra, it was Agastya Muni in the previous life who was his guru. Even though Agastya Muni cursed Indradyumna Maharaj, but he acted as a guru. We will come back to Agastya Muni and that episode in a little while. But now, talking about the present scenario, because crocodile was holding on to the feet of Gajendra, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, so he got liberated first. He got liberated first.
One more thing, I think, Pramaji.
Mm-hmm.
Knowingly or unknowingly, it helped Gajendra remember Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, he would have been not taken more time to remember. Due to its hold.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. That's a beautiful point. Knowingly or unknowingly, if we take association of pure devotees, then our entire life will change. In the past life, the crocodile, he was Huhu. Gandharva, he was in Gandharva Loka. Uh, so one day in the Gandharva Loka, he was doing some water sporting activities in the lake along with his family members, and there came a Muni. His name is Devala. Krishna mentions about this name in Bhagavad Gita. Not Krishna. Arjuna, in one of the prayers in 10th chapter, he takes this name, Devala. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum, Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve, Devarshir Naradastada, Asito Devalo Vyasa, Swayam Eva Bravishime. Asito Devalo Vyasa. Arjuna in that shloka in 10th chapter, he's offering pranama to the Lord by calling different names of the Lord. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam, Vibhum, Ahustvam, Rishaya Sarve, Devarshir Narastada, Asito Devalo Vyasa. So this name Devala comes in Bhagavad Gita in Arjuna prayers. So this Devala, he was meditating either on the banks of the lake or he was in the lake, but he was meditating. And then Huhu, the Gandharva, he was little mischievous. He was little naughty. So what he did was, he was tickling the feet of this Rishi Devala. Sometimes we see children, they tickle the feet of elder people and then they have some fun. So this Huhu Gandharva also was tickling the feet of this Devala Rishi and he was having fun. And then he was laughing and then looking at him, the family members were also laughing. Now his meditation was disturbed. So Devala Rishi, he cursed Huhu. He cursed Huhu saying that because you are disturbing my meditation by doing some activity on my feet, may you always, may you take birth in the next life as an animal, as a grahya, and may you always try to hold on to the feet of others. And that is the job of crocodile, right? Crocodile with his sharp teeth, he always catches different creatures in the lake, or if the crocodile sees some human beings, catches them with the feet. And that's what he did to Gajendra also. So he cursed like that. But that curse acted as a blessing for him, right? That curse acted as a blessing for him, because of which he ended up, the Huhu Gandharva ended up being a crocodile, and in this life as a crocodile he ended up catching the feet of Gajendra, who is a devotee. So he got that benefit, even though it was a curse, but that curse turned out to be a blessing.
And he could see Lord, and he could see the Lord.
He could see the Lord, yes. Otherwise, if that curse was not there, then he would have continued as Gandharva in the heavenly planets for 10,000 years. And then maybe, after 10,000 years in heavenly planet, one has to come down to Bhuloka. And then we don't know what would have been the destination of Gandharva. He would be born as human being, and then after that, it's possible to commit some mistakes. And as a result of that, what would be the destination in the next life? We don't know. So he would have continued in this cycle of birth and death for a very long time. But because of that curse transformed into a blessing, which helped the crocodile get liberation. But this liberation, he did not go to heavenly planets. Why? For two reasons. One is, when crocodile in his past life as Huhu Gandharva, when he was playing with all the family members and his friends and who were other Gandharvas, and when Devala Rishi cursed Huhu Gandharva, all of his friends and family members, they were witnessing it, especially the friends. They were witnessing it. They were witnessing how Devala Rishi was cursing Huhu Gandharva, and they laughed at him. They laughed at him and said, "See, you are a resident of Gandharva Loka, but now look at the destiny of you. You are falling down, you are degrading, you are going down into Bhuloka as an animal." So they laughed at him like this. That's why Lord Hari wanted to send him back to the same place, Gandharva Loka, and tell him that I came back. And tell him that I came back because of the help of a devotee called Gajendra. Lord Hari wanted to spread the glory of Gajendra in heavenly planets. And also Lord Hari wanted to help Huhu Gandharva also, that he got the Sukruti, he got the blessing of Lord Hari. He got darshan of Lord Hari, and he was revived into his original form as Huhu Gandharva.
It is the power of Visuddha Bhakta.
Huh?
That is the power of a Visuddha Bhakta.
That's the power of a Vishuddha Bhakta. So Lord Hari wanted to send Huhu Gandharva as a preacher. Just like how Krishna sent Srila Prabhupada, to Bhuloka. Srila Prabhupada is a Nitya Siddha. He's a devotee. He's eternally a pure devotee who has perfected in bhakti. Is always in Vishuddha Sattva. But Krishna sent Prabhupada to Bhuloka to preach to all of us. Similarly, Lord Hari wanted to send, this is the second reason. No, this is still the first reason. Lord Hari wanted to send Huhu Gandharva to Gandharva Loka to preach, to spread the glories of the Lord, to spread the glories of the devotee Gajendra, and to give an answer to all those friends who laughed at him, saying that if you take shelter of a pure devotee, or if you take shelter of the Lord Hari, then anything is possible. All those friends who laughed at him, they all thought that this Huhu Gandharva will never be able to come back to Gandharva Loka. So the Lord wanted to tell them that by the blessing of the Lord and by the mercy of the pure devotees, the impossible can become possible. So that is the first reason. Second reason is, this Huhu Gandharva, he still had some unfinished, unfulfilled material desires. Unlike Gajendra, he was very intense his prayers. He was only asking a position in the spiritual world so that he can eternally serve the Lord. Initially, he was praying to save his life, but later on, there was a change of heart. Later on, he decided that I don't want to, I'm not even worried about my life now. Please give me a place please give me a place at your lotus feet so that I can eternally serve you. So he was intense. Gajendra was intense in his prayers. But whereas Huhu Gandharva, he still had some unfulfilled material desires. That's why the Lord sent him back to Gandharva Loka, where he could fulfill his unfinished desires. And then he will be given an opportunity to intensify his sadhana. And then eventually, very soon, he will be uh, liberated to spiritual world. So now comparing, there's a contrast between Huhu Gandharva and Gajendra, right? Gajendra on one side, he had intensity. He was very greedy in getting a place at the lotus feet of the Lord. Whereas Huhu Gandharva was not so greedy. So this is a practical lesson for all of us, that in spiritual life, in bhakti, we must become greedy. This is called lalasa. Siddhi lalasa. Siddhi means perfection. Lalasa means that greediness. Lalasa or laulyam means greediness. Remember the other day we were talking about yam dharma, yoga randita karmano hridi yoga vibhavite. During that shloka we were discussing, right? Yoga randita karmano. By practicing this bhakti yoga, all our karmic reactions will be cleared off. And when our heart becomes pure, then we can see the Lord. Prapashyanti, in a special form. In whatever form you meditate, in that form, the Lord will appear. Since last 2 months, we have been meditating on Lord Hari and Gajendra form. And that's how the Lord appeared yesterday. That's how the Lord appeared yesterday. Right? Along with all Gajendra and family members. That's how the Lord appeared yesterday.
And we played hide and seek, Prabhuji.
Huh?
And we all played hide and seek.
What is that?
We all played hide and seek.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're playing hide and seek. Yeah. Um, so there's a beautiful shloka that talks about the spiritual greediness. So let me open that shloka. Yeah, this is the shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is another book. This is a PhD level book. Bhagavad Gita is graduation level. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is post-graduation level. Chaitanya Charitamrita is PhD level. in Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Bhagavad Gita sometimes and Bhagavatam many times, Krishna talked about ecstasy, ecstasy in bhakti. Ecstasy means that blissful experience. So there were few times in Bhagavad Gita and many times in Bhagavatam saying that if you practice bhakti like this, okay, if you practice bhakti like gopis, you will feel ecstasy, you will feel bliss. But it was not described what are the symptoms of that ecstasy, what are the details of that ecstasy. That was not described in neither Bhagavad Gita nor Bhagavatam. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is such a book where the symptoms of ecstasy are exhibited, they are demonstrated. It's an exhibition, demonstration of ecstasy in bhakti. Just like how Kulshekhar Alvar says. What did Kulshekhar Alvar say? Kantena swara gadgadena nayane nodghirna bashpambuna nityam tvaccharanāravinde dhyanamritasvadina.
Yugala dhyana.
Yugala dhyanamritasvadina. What is the first line? Baddhenanjali, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Baddhenanjali dhanatena shirasa Gatrai saromodgamai Kantena swara gadgadhena nayane nongirna bashpambuna Nityam tvaccharanaravinda yugala dhyanamrita swadina Asmakam sarasiruhaksha satatam sampadhyata. Is that the last line? Or am I missing shlokas?
లేదు Prabhuji, correct. Asmakam sarasiru haksha satatam sampadhyatam jivitam.
Then where did this dhyanamrita swadina? That is the third line, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah. So like that, just like how Kulshekhar Alvar described the symptoms of ecstasy when you worship the Lord, your heart will choke with ecstasy. Gadgada, kantena gadgada, and your eyes will drip tears. Nodgirna bashpambuna, and hair will stand on ends, goosebumps. So this book Chaitanya Charitamrita is a full exhibition, demonstration of such ecstatic symptoms and activities. One time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was, he went to Puri, Jagannath Puri, and he was taking darshan of Jagannath. And he wanted to say, "Hey Jagannath," but he could not pronounce that name. He was saying like as if a person who is dumb or a person who has, stammering, who has this disease of stammering, Telugulo natti antam kada. So just like how they say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was trying to say the name of Jagannath and he was saying jaga jaga gaga jaga jaga gaga gaga jaga jaga. That's all he could say. He could not even complete the name Jagannath. That is the ecstasy in bhakti. So this book Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of such ecstatic activities. So in this book Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, shloka number 7. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. CC stands for Chaitanya Charitamrita. Madhya Leela, chapter 8, shloka number 70. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukrutair na labhyate. Okay. Sarita, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhuji. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is, intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay.
Yeah. So look at this word here, laulyam. Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate. So first they are describing what is Krishna bhakti. Krishna bhakti means experiencing the rasa of bhavita mati. That means if one's mind is fully absorbed in thinking about Krishna, what is that rasa? What is that mellow? The English word is mellow. So what is that rasa? That is defined. That means the importance of smarana basically. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati. Mati means the smarana, remembrance. So by saying about smarana, they are saying that how one has to develop this smarana is by becoming greedy about developing that smarana. Kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate. If it is available anywhere, just purchase it. Whatever may be the price, just purchase it. Now this is an indirect way of saying, right? The greediness is not available in the market to purchase. Purchase means you pay some price, right? If you have to purchase some groceries in a store, you have to pay some price. Similarly, when the shloka says kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate, if it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. See, again the word delay has come here. So one must purchase it. That means we have to pay price. What is that price? By giving up our desires, material desires, by giving up our attachments. One has to become greedy to attain the Lord. One has to become greedy to remember the Lord. Intense greed. And that is what Gajendra showed. He showed intense greed to attain Narayana. That's why he got Narayana. So in our life also, we have to develop this intensity. And this intensity will come when there are setbacks in life. When everything is going fine, we will not become intense. So when there are challenges, when there are problems in life, then we will become intense. But that is one way which will work for most of the people. Most of the people, 99% of the people will take it seriously, will take bhakti process seriously, and they become intense only when there are challenges and problems in their life. But the remaining 1% of the people, by reading stories like Gajendra, by reading different stories, different devotees, stories of different devotees from Bhagavatam, how they suffered and eventually how they took shelter of the Lord and how they became completely happy, eternally happy, and they got the best destination in Vaikuntha. By reading stories like that, we can we can develop that greediness. So in that case, if we become the first class intelligent person, we don't have to go through the problems by ourselves. But because we have read Gajendra's story very nicely, because we have read about Pandavas, Kunti Devi, how much they suffered. So we don't want to suffer like that, but we can take shelter of the Lord, even without suffering also. So these two options are there, wherever you fit into, that we can figure out by our sadhana. In due course of time, we will know whether we fit into that 99% category or 1% category. That will be revealed to us. But whatever it is, we have to develop this greed. We have to develop this greed to attain the Lord. And that greediness comes by the guidance, by the mercy of Guru. By the mercy of Guru. So for Gajendra, it was Agastya Muni who was a Guru. And for Huhu Gandharva, it was Devala Rishi who was a Guru. Because of them, because of their curses, and eventually those curses transformed into blessing, they both got the best destination possible. Gajendra got Vaikuntha position, and Huhu Gandharva, temporarily he has been sent back to Gandharva Loka, but eventually, very soon, he would also go to spiritual world. The description was not there in Bhagavatam, but it is very easy to understand that very soon, he will develop this greediness, he will intensify his sadhana, and he will go back to spiritual world. So talking about Guru, right? So I'll say a small story, and then we will end with this. So the Guru is such an expert in our life that whenever there is any problem, any setback, any challenge, he can transform that into an opportunity to serve the Lord, an opportunity to intensify our sadhana in bhakti. There was a story of a Guru. It was before Prabhupada's time. It's in Gaudiya Sampradaya only, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya only, but before Prabhupada time. So there was a Guru, and the Guru had some disciples. So those days, for the sannyasis, what the disciples would do is, they'll go to door and do madhukari. They'll beg for some food and the necessities, so that they can give those to the Guru first. And after Guru has consumed, if the Guru gives something to the disciples, only then they will eat. If the Guru does not ask the disciples, let's say one day the Guru does not ask a disciple to eat, or the Guru does not give anything to the disciple to eat, that day the disciple has to fast. This was the system those days. In all sampradayas, whether it is Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya or Vallabh Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Madhva Sampradaya, any Sampradaya, sannyasi, Guru and disciple, this was the system. So one day, the disciples of this Guru, they went door to door doing madhukari. Madhukari means the process of begging for daily food. So some people, as they were going door to door, some people gave some food, some people did not give. And when they stopped at one home, the lady of the home, the Grihini, she was she was mopping the floor. With a wet cloth, she was mopping the floor. And then as soon as these disciples were standing at the entrance of the house, the Grihini saw these disciples and then called out to the husband. The husband came from inside the home, he came out, and looking at all these disciples who were also like brahmacharis, right? The husband, he started shouting at them, saying that you brahmacharis, you sannyasis, you don't have any work. You always keep on begging, going door to door. You always keep on begging. You don't have any other business to do. Why don't you go and work and earn some money? So like that, he was speaking harsh words, and he kind of insulted them. And not only that, he took that wet cloth that the Grihini was mopping the floor. He took that dirty cloth and throw it on them. So this husband, he threw the dirty cloth onto the faces of these disciples. And then, it was afternoon time. The disciples returned back to the ashrama, and whatever food and different items they brought, they gave it to the Guru. And one disciple who was holding this wet cloth, the dirty cloth, the Guru looked at that and asked, "What is that? What did you bring?" The disciple was very hesitant. He was shy to show this cloth to the Guru. But the Guru insisted, and the disciple, he had to tell what exactly happened, and he showed that dirty cloth to him. And here is something beautiful that has been done by this Guru. The Guru took that dirty cloth, he washed it completely. He put some soap, he washed it completely, and he dipped that in Ganga Jal. He purified it completely. He cut that cloth into small, small pieces and and he put those small, small pieces of the cloth in ghee and made ghee wicks. It was Kartik Mass time. So the Guru cut small, small pieces, dipped those pieces in ghee, and then made ghee wicks, and he distributed to all the disciples and said, anyway, this is Kartik Mass, we have to buy some ghee wicks to offer ghee lamp to the Lord, so let's use this cloth as an offering. Now look at this, look at the expertise or the skill of the Guru. What was thrown at the face of these disciples as a curse, as an insult, the Guru has transformed the same thing into an offering with which they could worship the Lord. So this is how a Guru does in our life. Just like how Agastya cursed Indradumna Maharaj, but that curse came as a blessing to him. Just like how Narada Muni in Damodar Leela we saw. Just like how Narada Muni cursed Nalakuvera and Manigriva, they became two trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And when Krishna, when Yashodamma bound Krishna with the ropes around his belly, and with that Ulukala, Krishna started crawling in the courtyard, in the garden. And when that Ulukala touched the two trees transformed into Nalakuvera and Manigriva. So it was the curse of Narada Muni, but it was a blessing for Nalakuvera and Manigriva. So like that, whenever there is a challenge in our life, we have to understand that Krishna is teaching something through that problem. And if we have a Guru in our life, If there is no guru, then Krishna is our guru. But eventually everybody will find their gurus. If we have a guru in our life, we have to understand that that guru uh, will transform the difficulties in our life into an opportunity to serve the Lord. And guru will help us develop this greed. That's the whole point we were discussing, right? How to develop greediness, laulyam. Now we are all greedy about material desires, but those material desires we have to transform into spiritual desires, and we have to become greedy, not just a simple desire, but we have to make those desires very strong, and we have to become greedy. Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. Okay, so these are few lessons that we can learn from uh, from Gajendra's past life, crocodile's past life, and Agastya Muni's curse, Devala Rishi's curse, and so on. There are so many things to learn practical lessons from this entire Gajendra Moksha Leela, which we will continue discussing from tomorrow. But before that, any quick questions, comments, reflections?
Prabhuji, Gandharvas means they sing, right, Prabhuji?
Those who are expert singers.
And similarly, Manigriva and other person, they were also Gandharvas only. Like,
They are sons of Kuvera.
oh, they were
That
not.
rich person, Kubera, they were sons of Kubera. They are not Gandharvas, but they are sons of Kubera from heavenly planet again, Swargaloka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, what happened to Gajendra's wives? They also got liberated?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
See how compassionate she is. Mhm. Yeah. Yes, they all got liberated. Because the Shastras say that even if one performs bhakti sincerely in a family, 21 generations will be liberated. That means 10 generations before us, 10 generations after us, and the current generation. So 10 plus 10 plus 1, 21 generations. Everybody will be liberated. So,
But Sri Krishna coming to the Devaki, but in that case, how many generations are liberated? I read that more than 72 generations are liberated.
yeah, the entire Yadu dynasty got liberated. Entire Yadu dynasty got liberated.
Prabhuji, I have a question about this. So is it only for the like sons or also daughters also, Prabhuji? Because in
Anybody.
family, anybody.
Yeah,
Because
bhakti does not discriminate between genders, male, female. There's nothing. There's no differentiation like that.
okay.
After marriage, our change, I think, Prabhuji. That's why she's asking, maybe.
No, no. That is only as per the, our gotram, right?
Yeah.
But when you start
Some
practicing
dharmas, that
bhakti,
is some dharmas.
yeah, but when we are practicing bhakti, we all belong to Achyuta Gotra. We belong to Achyuta Gotra. That's why when I go to, for example, Balaji temple, right, in Bellevue, they ask me to tell my Gotra name and everything, right? Gotra Namalu. So I say Achyuta Gotra.
Oh.
Yeah. And the Pujari recites the mantras Achyuta Gotrudbhavasya, Srinivas Namadeyasya, like that. So especially when you take Diksha, when you take initiation,
Oh, okay.
you're connected to the Achyuta Gotra.
So all the people who are initiated, they will tell same Gotra?
Same thing, yes, Achyuta Gotra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But even if one has not taken initiation, right? If you are serious in bhakti, if you are sincere in bhakti, you're automatically in the Achyuta Gotra. You're automatically in the dynasty of Krishna. So it doesn't matter whether male, female, you are married, and as per the marriage, your name changes, your Gotra changes. See, all these Gotra, first of all, the marriage is a material thing, husband is a material thing. These are all temporary designations. What is our eternal designation? What is our eternal Gotra? That is Achyuta Gotra. Whether you are initiated or not, what is our eternal Gotra? Achyuta Gotra. Yeah. That's why 21 generations.
Prabhuji,
For
what is the
example,
difference?
okay, now I'll present this in a different perspective, right? So let's say there is a male in the current life who is a sincere devotee, who has become a pure devotee, and when he is liberated to spiritual world, along with him, 10 generations before, 10 generations after will be liberated, right? 10 generations before means whoever he is connected to in the previous lifetimes. In the previous lifetimes, he could have been a female, right? In some lifetimes, he could have been a female. So there, the logic that you mentioned, right? If it was a female and married to husband, the female's gotra, the husband's gotra becomes the female's gotra. No. Bhakti means all these gotras, they're all secondary. They don't come in play. What is your eternal gotra is Achyuta Gotra.
Prabhuji, but I'm confused now here because you are saying 10 generations and then you're talking about the previous birth.
Yeah.
So is it not our 10 forefathers? That is the generation, right?
Yes.
Our 10 forefathers and next coming 10 sons, right? Next 10 generation of son.
Yeah.
So then
Generations means both at maternal and paternal.
Yes.
Actually, why
But you are telling that person in previous birth, how he linked with others, those who are liberated, you said, no?
Mm-hmm.
But as per generations means his father like that, no? So who will liberate them?
All the people who are connected to the current mother and father in the previous lifetimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our children are our karmas, na?
Yeah, exactly. And next generations means our children, their children, and all the other family members. Whoever is connected. There was a nice joke, okay, in this context. We started off on a serious note. Let's end on a lighter note. So in one of the classes, a brahmachari was giving a class and he mentioned the same point that there are so many audience, thousands of people were sitting, and in that assembly, some relatives of this brahmachari were also present. Those relatives initially, when this person became a brahmachari, he became a full-time monk, son of brahmachari, they did not like. They were discouraging him, saying that, hey, why you are wasting your life like this? You should become a software engineer and earn money and get married, enjoy life. So one day, because he was giving a class in a big assembly, and he invited all of his relatives also. And in that assembly, he mentioned this point, saying that if there is a Krishna Bhakta who becomes a pure devotee and he gets liberated, along with him, 21 generations will be liberated. And after the class, all those relatives, they came to him and they said, what is that Hare Krishna? What is that mantra you said? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Continue chanting, never stop it. Continue chanting it. If you need any help, let us know. Because now they know that if this person becomes serious, he becomes a pure devotee by chanting this mantra, then they will be liberated. So like that. I mean, it is said as a general rule, right? Now, what happens to the particular individual, that's only between Krishna and the individual. We don't know. Now, we cannot say that, let's say there is in the current generation, there's a drunkard. Okay? Let's say we are a pure devotee, but in the same generation, one of the family members, they are drunkard. They have performed all sinful activities. So how will they be liberated to spiritual world?
Usually, like in Yadu dynasty, also many people became very bad, right, Prabhuji? In Yadu, yeah, they behaved badly to some saint and all.
Yeah.
So, but still, because they are in Krishna's dynasty, they got liberated, or we don't know anyhow.
No, that was Krishna's plan only. It was Krishna's plan to create disputes among the family members so that they will kill each other, and that is how he would end Yadu dynasty and before his avatara is finished. And by doing that, he wanted to teach us, because soon after he left, soon after Krishna returned to his Swadhama, the Kali Yuga, a few hundred years later, Kali Yuga started. So Krishna wanted to show personally, Krishna wanted to give a demo. What's going to happen in Kali Yuga? And if that happens, what is the solution? That is Bhagavatam. As soon as Krishna returned to his Swadhama, Krishna appeared in the book form as Bhagavatam. Yeah. So, but we can understand this much when Shastra, because whatever Shastra says, it is true, right? The details we may not know, but this is what my understanding is. When Shastra says 21 generations will be liberated. Now there are some exceptional cases like this, right? Let's say there's a drunkard who is a very sinful person. So how will he get liberated?
He'll be born again and then he will.
That means he will not be liberated immediately in this life, but he will be given a chance. Because of the Sukruti of that pure devotee, and because of your connection in the family, that person who is a sinful person now, he will be given an opportunity to be born in a good family in the next life, where he can start doing bhakti, and that is how very soon he will be liberated. Yeah. Okay, Chandrakala, is that clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, you used the word Madhukari, but it is, we learn it from the this type of Sanatan Granthas. But actually, our fathers and forefathers at that time in villages, it is called as Mada Kavalam. It is there, every family, they are keeping some food. It is for Madhava. Those who are coming, because Gruhastha Dharma, as per Gruhastha Dharma, Sanatana Dharma says, Gruhasthas will give, that is the duty to feed food to the sannyasis and brahmacharis. For that, they keep some food in separately before or after any time they came and asked for the for bhiksha, they are giving that. They are. It is later on. It is called Madha Kavalam. Madha Kavalam. He is Madhava Kavalam. Madhava is means Vishnu. Kavalam means a food anamata.
That is Telugu word. Madha Kavalam is a Telugu word.
Telugu word. Madhukari is the Sanskrit word.
Sanskrit word. Yeah, Madhukari means Madhusudana.
Yes.
For the pleasure of Madhusudana. Madhukari. Kari means to do. Do something.
But the person who come for bhiksha, they are not asking, please give me the Madha Kavalam. Just like they asked that.
Yeah. That's a Telugu word. We see, the beggars when they come, they ask Madha Kavalam. But in Sanskrit, the process is known as Madhukari.
Yes. Madhukari.
And whatever is their regional language, in that language, they will say something.
And one more clarification, please confirm it. I used the word third time. Why I asked the third time? When we call some auspicious words or hearing words, we call it as Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Yeah. Sometimes we uttered the why 3 times, why 1 time, why not 2 times, why it is confined to the 3 times. But we are all affected for the Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika troubles. To protect from those troubles, we should call it any auspicious thing or any stotra, any whatever it will be, it should be called 3 times. Yes. And one more reason is our body, mind, and spiritual, to attain the balance among these 3, we can call it as 3 times. And again, something is there. There are 3-4 reasons. Is there only 2 reasons coming to my mind? Yeah. That's why you can call it as 3 times.
Yeah. Also to emphasize, for example.
Yes, it is for the emphasis.
Emphasizing.
The emphasis is also the reason.
So in the Kevalastakam, every shloka, every line of the shloka, it goes like this. Hare namaiva 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 kevalam. They could have said Hare namaiva kevalam. That means only by chanting the holy name, one can get rid of this material world. But it is mentioned Hare namaiva 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 kevalam.
Yes.
3 times.
I come into the just remember that we are always living in the with the thoughts of past and also future also. What is our future? But we are living in the present and we are always thinking the thoughts with the past tense and future tense also. To attain the what is that peace or peace from those thoughts, we can call it as 3 times. That is also one reason.
Peace from
Sri Rama Rama Rameti 3 times.
Sri Rama Rama Rameti 3 times there. This 3 has significance. This 3 number you will see in many categories. There are 3 worlds. The world is divided into, the universe is divided into 3 planetary systems. Upper, middle and lower. There are 3 gunas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas.
3 murtis.
There are 3
Parvata.
Trikuta Parvata. And there are 3 forces. Namo namastubhyam vega shaktitrayaya kila dhigunaya. Lust, anger, and greed, three forces. And there are three energies: internal energy, external energy, and marginal energy. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti.
And 3 Vishnus.
Three types of Vishnus. Yes. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Mahavishnu,
Chirodayika.
Tirodakshaya Vishnu.
The Om has 3 syllables.
3 syllables. Ma.
Avuma.
3 syllables. Yes. And there are 3 states: Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya.
Laya.
Laya, Pralaya. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, 3 has many significances in many places. Okay, it's 10:30. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Grantara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Gajendra Stuti ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Narayana Akila Guru.
Bhagavan Namaste. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.